Welcome to Miss Sophie's Storytime. Today we're going to read Quiet Wyatt by Bill Maynard and illustrated by Frank Remkowitz. The kids on Wyatt Street were building a model plane. Wyatt said, "I'd like to fly it." But the big kid said, "Quiet, Wyatt, you're not old enough to fly a plane." Wyatt is wearing a red and white striped t-shirt with blue jeans and green suspenders. He's not as big as the other kids yet, but he would like to do cool things too. Wyatt's sister was washing the car. Wyatt said, "I'd like to dry it." But his sister frowned and said, "Quiet, Wyatt, you're not big enough to dry a car." What a bright yellow fancy car! Wyatt's big sister is using the green garden hose to wash the soap off the car. Maybe she thinks Wyatt is too short to dry the whole car off. Wyatt's father took an egg out of the refrigerator. Wyatt touched it. It was smooth and cold. Wyatt said, "I'd like to fry it." But his father smiled and said, "Quiet, Wyatt, you're not old enough to fry an egg." Wyatt's father is wearing a checkered shirt and a white apron. The stove can be very hot, so he probably wants to make sure that Wyatt doesn't get hurt. On Saturday, when Wyatt's family took a walk downtown, Wyatt saw a puppy in the pet store window. The puppy looked soft and fluffy and had big brown eyes. Wyatt said, "I'd like to buy it." His mother shook her head. "Quiet, Wyatt, you're not old enough to have a puppy yet." First Wyatt was sad. Then Wyatt was angry. "Nobody will listen to me," he thought. "Nobody thinks that I'm big enough or old enough to do anything. But I'll change their minds." Look at the pet store window. Can you see the two cats there? You can only see their tails and ears though. But the puppy is sitting nicely on a box looking out the window. He is really cute and looks happy too. But having a puppy can be a lot of responsibility. You have to make sure you feed it, walk it, brush it, and wash it. Maybe Wyatt's mom thinks that he isn't ready for that kind of responsibility yet. The next morning, Wyatt got up very early. He put on his father's coat and hat. He picked up his father's briefcase and went outside. "I'm Wyatt!" he shouted. "Someday I'll be the biggest kid on the street." His neighbors opened their windows. "Quiet, Wyatt," they called. "We're trying to sleep." Wyatt is standing on the sidewalk by a yellow fire hydrant. He wants to make everyone understand that he is not too young or too little. But shouting early in the morning when people are sleeping is probably not the best way to do that. That afternoon, when all the big kids went to a football game, Wyatt followed them. During a timeout in the game, Wyatt ran onto the field. "I'm Wyatt," he shouted, "and someday I'm going to be big enough to kick a football all the way up to the sky." Wyatt is trying once again to make everyone listen to him. The people all look a little surprised. Let's see what they had to say. The people watching the game begin to yell, "Quiet, Wyatt," they shouted. "You're interrupting the game." Oh no, I don't think Wyatt was expecting that. He looks a little scared now that everyone is yelling at him. Poor Wyatt. He ran to the river at the edge of town. "I'm Wyatt," he shouted, "and someday I'm going to be big enough to catch the biggest fish in this river." "River, river, river," repeated an echo. The fishermen didn't want Wyatt to scare the fish. "Quiet, Wyatt," they called. And the echo said, "Quiet, quiet, quiet. Wyatt, Wyatt, Wyatt." "Even the echo doesn't want to listen to me," said Wyatt. "Nobody wants to listen to me, so why should I say anything at all?" And from then on, Wyatt was quiet. Wyatt is shouting from the bridge, while people are fishing down below. If the fish get scared from his loud voice, they will all swim away. The girl on rollerblades looks like she heard him though, but I think Wyatt wants everyone to listen to him. The big kids lost their airplane. Wyatt knew where it was, but Wyatt was quiet. Can you see the yellow model airplane too? It's stuck in a tree, but not where the big kids are looking. I wonder if they'll find it without Wyatt's help. Wyatt's sister polished the family car until it was all dry and shiny. Wyatt saw a big black rain cloud approaching, but Wyatt was quiet. Wyatt's father left an egg on the kitchen counter. Wyatt saw it start to roll toward the edge, but Wyatt was quiet. Oh no, now the egg is broken and on the floor. No one can eat that now. The mailman drove up. When he got out of his truck, he was carrying all the mail for Wyatt's whole street. Wyatt saw that the mailman's shoelaces were untied, but Wyatt was quiet. Oh geez, it seems like Wyatt used to help a lot of people before he decided to be quiet. Then Wyatt saw something come up his street. It was the soft, fluffy puppy with the big brown eyes. It ran right past Wyatt and hid underneath the mailman's truck. The pet store owner ran up and down the street. "Have you seen a puppy?" he asked, but Wyatt was quiet. The police chief ran up the street. "Have you seen a puppy?" he asked, but Wyatt was quiet. By now, all the people on Wyatt Street had come out of their houses. I wonder if they will find the puppy. Can you see its tail sticking out from underneath the mail truck? Oh no! The mailman was getting into his truck. Wyatt wanted to be quiet, but he was so afraid that the puppy might get hurt by the truck that he just couldn't keep quiet any longer. "The puppy's hiding under the mailman's truck!" Wyatt shouted. Quickly, the mailman got out of his truck. Wyatt crawled under the truck and saved the puppy. Then the pet store owner took the puppy back to the pet store, and Wyatt waved goodbye. "It's a good thing that Wyatt said something," one of the neighbors remarked, and all the people on Wyatt Street agreed. It really is a good thing that Wyatt said something. Otherwise, the puppy would have gotten hurt. The next day, people began to treat Wyatt differently. "Fly it, Wyatt!" "Dry it, Wyatt!" "Fry it, Wyatt!" On Sunday, when Wyatt and his family took a walk downtown, Wyatt couldn't wait to see the puppy in the pet store window. And the puppy jumped up and down because he was so glad to see Wyatt. Wyatt's parents remembered how Wyatt had spoken up to save the puppy, and they were very proud of him. They pointed to the puppy and said, "Let's buy it, Wyatt." Now Wyatt was really happy. He had his own soft, fluffy puppy with big brown eyes, and nobody ever said, "Quiet Wyatt" anymore. Well, hardly ever. The end. Wyatt got upset because no one would let him do anything or listen to him. But when he didn't say anything at all, that wasn't good either. But when it was really important for him to say something, he did. And that was a very good decision. He proved that he could help even though he was not old enough or big enough yet. It's okay to get upset every now and then, but always remember that everyone can help, no matter how small or young they are, and having a little bit of patience helps too. If you'd like to listen to another story, please visit my channel and make sure to subscribe to get notifications on when another book is available. We'll see you next time on Miss Sophie's Storytime.